Most mornings, I'm done trading before lunch, and today, like most days, I made just over $580 before noon. No marathon setups, no back-to-back scalps, just one setup I've come to trust that shows up almost daily if I'm patient enough to wait for it. The beauty of this setup is its simplicity. I don't need 20 indicators or multiple confirmations. I look for one or maybe two things: where liquidity is sitting and how price reacts when it's taken. If I see the right conditions, then I take a trade. If not, I leave it. That mindset alone has saved me from so many bad trades, and it's the reason I've been able to stay consistent without being glued to the screen all day, every single day. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the logic behind this setup and how I've built my mornings around it. If you're trying to trade smarter and not harder, this is how you do it. There have been days where I lost the first trade, then hit this setup and walked away with more than 2 RR. Calmly, no panic, just following my system. In this video, I'm going to show you one of those exact trades where the day started rough, but the setup came in and turned it all around. It's not about never having bad days, it's about having a setup that shows up anyway. Now let's dive into it. And I can guarantee if you do take the time to learn this yourself, well, you'll be able to make tons and tons of profit on your own. So it's the 5-minute Fibonacci buy strategy, which is usable on GBP USD, Euro USD, and even AUD USD. The chart time frame we'll be using is the 5-minute for all analysis and execution. The trading window will be the London time 2:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. The window often captures continuation moves or reversals into New York's afternoon session. So the trade direction, well, our bias will be buys only, no sells whatsoever. Even if you see a potential setup, do not take any sells, okay? So what we want to do is we want to have a setup criteria as well. So impulsive move direction, we want to identify bullish impulsive legs between or before 2:30 p.m. and 5 p.m. UK time. We're going to use the Fibonacci tool for our entry, and again it's going to be the 61.8 to 62% retracement level. We can oftenly combine this with potential fair value gaps, bullish fair value gaps in order blocks, which is usually where the 62% zone falls, because yeah, it's always in line with those. The execution on the strategy, once price is reaching the 62% level, we want to wait for our entry, and then we'll be able to get our entry at that level. We'll be able to aim for at least 1 to 2 risks to reward, or we can scale it at 1 to 1 if the market conditions aren't the best. So if you guys want to take a screenshot of this PDF, let me just do this for you. So you can take a screenshot of that, and the final bit you can take a screenshot of that. And again, if you guys want us to pass, manage, and get you a payout, and you don't pay us a single penny until you do get that payout. So when you get your payout, we take 70% of the profits and you take 30%. So click the link in the description to learn how we've helped hundreds of traders done so. So as you can see, we have a very, very simple chart example right here. So essentially what we need to look out for, let's have a look. So let's say price is doing its thing, price is going up. If it wants to go up, it can go up. If it wants to go down, it can go down. But once we get into that trading zone, we want to look for a number of things. Let's try and spot a potential liquidity sweep. So this will be a liquidity sweep of the sell side liquidity, okay? And then let's try and spot a market structure shift. As you can see right here, we have a market structure shift. So boom, once we have that, we don't need to look for any rejecting candles at this point, but once we do have that, we're going to mark at the 62% zone from low to high. And once we mark from low to high, we're just going to wait for price to eventually come back into our retracement zone, just like that. So once price is actually back into our retracement zone, we want to come to the 62% zone. We want to make sure that we've had everything set up, our long position. We're going to enter just like this. So what we can do, we could put our stop loss just below the low, and we can target a minimum of 1 to 2 R, as you can see right here. So boom, once we're able to target our 1 to 2 risk to reward, we just wait for price to then start moving so we can take profits. And again, your first take profit level should always be 1 to 1. Your second take profit level would be at 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. So as you can see right here, boom, 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 boom. There we go. It's the second take profit level. And just like that, you can make yourself tons and tons of profit and potentially pass your very own funded challenges if you do watch all the way to the end of this video and you do trade it correctly. So let's get into some live chart examples. Don't forget, if you guys want us to pass manage your funded challenge and get your payout, just click the first link in the description. Remember, you keep 70% of the profits. We take 30% of the profits. As you can see here, you know, the market's just doing whatever it wants to. If it wants to go up, it can go up. If it wants to go down, it can go down. So you can see here, just like in the SketchUp example, we have a liquidity sweep right here. So with that liquidity sweep, we then want to follow the rules and identify a market structure shift. So as you can see, we have a market structure shift, and this is even a very valid point of a market structure shift because it's market structure shift with displacement. Again, so as you can see, we have a market structure shift with displacement right here. So again, what we're going to do, we can see that price formed a new low here, because if we did the Fibonacci, so let me just grab that. If we did the Fibonacci, and I apologize for the cut, my recording stopped, but as you can see from low to high right here, if we did the Fibonacci, boom, price wouldn't have retraced. So look, boom, boom, boom. If we mark from the new low to the new high, just like this, we could potentially get an entry. And there we go. So we would have gotten an entry right here. As you can see, what we could then do is put our stop loss just below this low right here, and then we can target 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio, just like this. So now that we've done that, we just let it play, and as you can see, it does end up hitting take profit in the long run. So again, if you do trade this correctly, you know, it's an easy way for you to make tons and tons of profit. Again, do watch all the way to the end of this video, share it with a friend, and don't forget to click the link in the description to see how we've helped hundreds of traders get funded without ever paying a single penny up front. So now we come into the second trade. As you can see right here, here's our second trade. So it kind of has the same format. As you can see, liquidity sweep. We do have a market structure shift with displacement right here. So now we're going to wait on the price action to do its thing. We're going to let it play out. I'm going to mark from low to high. Come off from low to high again. As you can see right here, it did come back into our retracement zone. So what we're going to do, we're going to enter on the long position, put our stop loss just below this slope, about 7.5 pips, and target 1 to 2 R, which is right about here. As you can see, boom. So let's just see how that does play out. As you can see, it does end up hitting take profit. And like I said, you don't have to stick completely to 1 to 2 R. So if you did watch the previous videos, I did remind you guys that, you know, if there's liquidity points that can potentially be taken out, you know, you can definitely target them. So you could have made an easy 1 to 4 R here. But again, if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.